Welcome to Pigskin Passion TV, and it's your boy, the Black Mamba. And today is November the 3rd, episode number 31. And guys, we back. We back for another week of picks. Man, don't you want to just win and just quit? It's always good to go out a winner. And last week was just one of those weeks where you've been waiting for it all season long. Fantasy went good. Survivor was good. All the picks were good. Everything was good last week. And then you come up against a week like this week and you're looking at these games and it's like, this is going to be a hard week. And it is going to be a hard week. And I think I got to go to the pound this week because I love my dogs. Where are my dogs at? So with that said, let's jump right into these bangers I got this week. First, I got a lean, and my first lean is Washington versus the New England Patriots. I like Washington getting 3 points this week. Even though they traded off their two top pass rushers and Chase Young and Montez Sweat. I mean, if you're honest, the defense wasn't good even with them in the lineup. So I thought they were bad anyway. And last week they got a little bit better. Sam Howell had his best game and he got the ball out of his hands quickly. And going into last week's game, guys, he had been sacked 41 times. That's 40 times. Last week he was sacked only one time. So it was a combination of him getting the ball out of his hands, and I think the offense was clicking a little faster last week. New England, they are 30th in sack rate and 30th in interception rate. Also, New England, their offense is ranked 26th in yards per play. They've been under 201 yards in 7 of the last 8 games. They lost their number one receiver in Kendrick Bourne, and now they have a number one receiver in a 6th-round pick with Demario Douglas. So I like Washington to cover this week. And let's get to these bangers. And Venomous Pick number 5 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Houston Texans. I like Tampa Bay this week. This game is pretty much a mirror image. The teams are a mirror image of each other, which is why I like Tampa Bay getting those 3 points. They may even win this game. Their defense is number 1 in the red zone. Houston's defense is also they're similar. Houston's offense is 7th on 3rd down, but they're bad when they get in the red zone. And so is Tampa Bay's. Both defenses are good against the run. Both offenses, they can't run the ball, but they can throw. Tampa Bay's coming off of a bye week. So I like Tampa Bay in this game. Venomous Pick number 4 is, how about them Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles? I like Dallas in this game. Dallas, last week, the defense, they did what they normally do, and they normally help the offense out and put points on the board. But last week, something different happened. The offense showed up too. And boy, they look good. Dak was out there tossing the ball like he in mid-season form, wanting to go to the Super Bowl. He tossed up 4 touchdowns. And Philly's defense, they've been struggling to stop the pass. They are 24th in interception rate on offense. And we know Dallas, they got them ball hawks. They're 1st in interception rate on defense. So that's not a good recipe. So I like Dallas to cover and maybe even win. Give me Dallas. Venomous Pick number 3 is the New Orleans Saints. They're giving up 8 against the Chicago Bears, and New Orleans seems to be coming around. They had one of their best games of the year last week. They had over 400 yards, which was the 3rd straight week that they've gone over 400 yards. They have one of the best pass defenses in the league, which is not a good recipe for the Chicago Bears because they have a rookie quarterback, and he's only completed 1 pass of 25 yards or more. New Orleans defense, They have the second lowest completion rate for an opponent over 15 yards downfield at 27%. And the Chicago Bears, their pass defense they fell apart against the Chargers last week. And Derek Carr, he was hurt earlier in the season, and he's playing better. So he had over 300 yards last week with 2 touchdowns. So give me the Aints. And with Venomous Pick number 2, I like them Carolina Panthers again this week. Another dog. And they are playing the Indianapolis Colts. And if you guys listened to me last week, over 95% of the betting market was on the Houston Texans. And your boy took a chance on them. Well, I didn't take a chance. I had a good feeling the Carolina Panthers were going to cover that game. And I got a good feeling that they're going to win this game, because this is one of those revenge games, one of those Frank Reich revenge games. Their old coach was fired. The Colts' old coach was fired, and now he's at the Panthers. They fired him last year, like in the middle of the season. The guy had went 40-33 and had taken them to 2 playoff appearances, and they fired him for Jeff Saturday, who don't have any coaching experience. Just basically came out the studio and came out there and coached a few games for the rest of the year. Carolina, they had one of their best offensive performances last week, even though it didn't show on the field. Bryce had one of his best games of the year. He was throwing the ball downfield. He had 103.6 passer rating, and they seem to make a step in the right direction with the new offensive coordinator, Thomas Brown. And on the other end of this spectrum is Gardner Minshew, the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. He seems to be a turnover machine. He's committed 9 turnovers with 5 interceptions and 4 fumbles. And this is just in the last 3 games. So give me Carolina. And with the most venomous pick of the week, can you guys guess it? Oh yeah, it's those Seattle Seahawks again at the top spot. And they're my most venomous pick every week, but it's not because I just got a team crush on the Seattle Seahawks. They are good. They were a little lucky last week, but sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And this week they're playing the Baltimore Ravens. They're getting 6 points, and I think this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be very fun and entertaining to watch. I think both teams are going to put a lot of points on the board, but at the end of the day, I don't think Baltimore is going to be so much better that they're going to be able to separate themselves from the Seattle Seahawks by more than 6 points. Seattle may even win this game. Actually, Seattle is one bad game away from having 6 straight wins. Let that sink in. The game that they lost to Cincinnati, I watched that entire game, and they pretty much dominated the game from the 20 to the 20. They would get inside the red zone and they just couldn't score. They got inside the red zone 3 times. One time they turned the ball over by interception, which led to a Cincinnati field goal. The other 2 times, they went for it on 4th down and didn't get any points and turned it over on downs. So they could have easily won that game, and they could easily be on a 6-game winning streak. And I like Seattle. I'm not sure if Baltimore has been tested, so again, give me Seattle. And guys, there you have it, the most banger picks of the week. And I hope this information was beneficial to you to make some of your decisions this week. And I have a public service announcement. Spike that like, comment, subscribe, and it's your boy, the Black Mamba, out.